ready. I better be, because I went live. Should really be turning on. Hold on, actually, can I just say something, Brian? There we go. Go. Tea. So, stuff and things has stuffed and thinged. I'll get into it once this actually fucking loads. What do you mean unstable? Mind you, my internet has been garbage lately. Ooh, this might be trash. Whatever. We'll see how it goes. Give me some volume for now. Give me that. Shh. It was new and it was pretty, and I have terrible financial decisions, alright? Let's see what it looks like. I've been dying to play around with this. That's the wrong one. This one. Look at my boy. He's several good boys all in one. Plus he's really cool. Anyway, right. So stuff and things have happened. Last stream I started getting my relic. I'm now on the third last stage of the relic. I would have been complete with the relic if it was not for one annoying thing. I can't do the dungeon that I need to get the sickle thing for continuing the quest, because it's an MSQ dungeon and I've not done the MSQ, so I need to do that basically, and I've got a lot to get through before that one unlocks, I think. But such is as it is. Let us go. There are a couple of objectives that have been hold on. I have sneaky cheekies for this. Yeah. A couple of objectives have been done here or there. Not done per se, but I've started and continued stuff that I intended to do entirely on stream, but I'll catch up with them when I get to that point. Pure focus right now is on MSQ stuff. Yoing. You clapping? Oh yeah, because there's a wee dancer there. God, it's warm. You will hear me complain a lot about that over the next couple of months. I don't do well in summer or like early autumn. Matter of fact, the only times I do well is winter. Right, Alpha Nads. This might be voiced. It's not. Cool. So, to catch you up, basically what had happened was, I'm really worried about that unstable connection, but nothing seems bad for the point of view of the average stream bitrate. What does that mean? Bitrate too high? Huh? Whatever. Get on with it, Brian. So, basically the objective I had was to speak to the other Scions and then finish off by speaking to Alphino. The rest of them seem very, like, I don't really want to be taking these gifts off of these wealthy merchants, with the exception of Ida, who's like, oh, I thought they were being awful generous, maybe I should stop taking these gifts. Because she's young and naive. But Alphino, I too have given much thought to our organisation's future. It would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it's time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, gentlemen. Hello. It's hot myth. You desire counsel, so you shall have it, Manfilia. Signs of the seventh dawn must leave Ulda. We must do what? As long as we remain in Ulda territory, we'll never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organisation to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realise they are the reason Vesper Day still lacks an aetheryte. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause. Which is why it and other favours will be denied unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is important as this reality. Sorry, I read it wrong. Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length, plant our banner in a place where all agree is beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of additional benefit, also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years. But I truly... Shut up, phone. But I truly believe this to be the best course of action. Yeah, randomly, my phone started making noise again. It hasn't done it for ages, and now all of a sudden it's like, aha, remember that? You used to get notifications? Well, I'm doing it again. Anyway. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'dah is our home. Alphino, to cast aside everything we have built and start anew, in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. Decision is yours to make. Antecedent, I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That'll be all. I'm sure you have some familiar affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to that task than I. I cannot very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of order, after all. Money. Sweet, delicious money. Leave Ul'dah, has it truly come to this? Oh. Pray attend to Alphino. He is engaged in some business other that requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphino awaits you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell me she'll have my answer in due time. Sorry, I just need like 2 wee seconds, because I am burning. Well, not literally burning, but I'm warm, and I don't like being warm. Sorry, ozone layer. Oh. All of the anti-deodorant. Phew. Two seconds. Anyway, this one. Confound it, she knows it must be done, still she hesitates, all because of those fanciful rumours. I should explain, Menphilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among a great many who perished during the calamity. Philamine was her name. Well, you may know her better as Songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlene minstrel. As you may imagine, Nizra Passin was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Menphilia too struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Philamin's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate, for whatever reason, rumours have once again begun to circulate that Philamin is alive and well. One of the informants, Father Iliad, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress description has been seen of late in the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. Shut up, phone. Shut up again, phone. Well, if we could succeed in tracking her down, I would have no doubt that any worries that now plague Menphilia's heart may be assuaged. I mean to set forth to Lanosia at once. I keep saying it wrong. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gigadjigajigajig to the veracity of these rumours. On you go, then. Costa del Sol, that is there. But yeah, in terms of weapon, as I said, I'm on the second to last phase of it. Well, there's two phases above this one, with the two above it being the highest that this relic can go. How do you roll it? So yeah, it's slightly aglow with the souls of my enemies. And it's item level 115. Yeah, it's pretty good. I actually do have access to a better weapon. But I don't really care. Right you! Oh sweet sire in the sands, my Makote muse, where have you forsaken me? Titan's bane! I mean, Dermot, what brings you to my humble resort? Flaming, you mean to tell me the goddess made flesh had dwelt among us until so very recent was the songstress of Ulda? Egads, man. If I'd known that, I'd have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. See that pointy end that's getting into your abdomen? Unassigned. Oh, for shame. I think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff off to the west or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say. A tragedy. West, is it? Thank you. Your information will serve us well. I'd say there's a number of places she could be. Begin by search by the docks and see if the witnesses may have knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel to Wayport and do the same. Okie dokie then. Right. Oh yeah, I changed to this mount instead of my cat. It doesn't have very fancy music, but I wonder. Hang on, where's my sound? There, it's there. And where is Shadow Doggy? Is it a Shadow Doggy? A Shadow Doggy. Does Shadow Doggy have music? Well, it does have unique music and a unique flying animation. I'm kinda frightened, not gonna lie. This cost me £13. I do not regret a single penny of it. And that's a lot of pennies. Well, if isn't Dermot, Saviour of Wayport, what do we owe the pleasure? Ah yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was delighted. She was a delight to behold. To give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly, I had no choice but to eject her from the premises. Interfering with tasting, do you understand? If she's your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. Where you at? You up there? So was this one wee Lala working on the wine grapes? One more? Oh, two more. Zoom in a bit, Brian. That helps. Yeah. I was wrong. You went around seeing a Makote lass by the name of Flamin. I wish I hadn't seen a lass of any description for too bloody long. Ew. Hello, how are you, beefy do? It's nice to see you've had many grand adventures since last we spoke. You must share them with me sometime. A girl from a little while ago. One does not forget a perfume like that, so robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar, reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. Said as much when last we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south to Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. Make haste, you may not find her there. Okie dokie. Show me what you stab things with. I stab things with the Gabled Nexus. I was... No aircon and worker car. Yeah, I'm absolutely dying off myself, trust me. I'm dripping with sweat. I made some poor financial choices. But he's pretty, so is it really poor? Probably. It'll make me poor. That's the new cash shop one. It is the Shadow Wolf. Yes, I am terrible, but yeah. Yeah, in terms of stabby sticky do, I'm like 2 away from final, but I need to get that sickle thing from Snowcloak, which I don't have unlocked. Because I've not done MSQ, and that's an MSQ dungeon, so hence this impromptu get there stream so I can continue my weird neurotic fixation on getting this. Hey bud! Gooboo! He's dead, Jim. Hello! I'm a jet stranger. Did not realise my activities had aroused the Gooboo's ire until it was too late. The oils can be used to make perfume, you see, and I... Philolamon? I don't. How do you? Whom do you serve? Appears you've already found her woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. No. Songstress of Old I presume. Minfilia, or should I say, Asilla. Asilla is looking for you. Asilla? You're the very picture of health, my lady. Yet the world thinks you dead. Can only conclude this was by design. Question is, why? It's none of your business. Not everyone who endeavours to find me does so with the best intentions, child. But please know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Wah, wah, wah. Well, that does please me. More than you know, but tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lanosia aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I travelled all this way in a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers to use as perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have what we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say? No. You nosy little bitch weasel. Close up of the shiny. I've gone by the purple face straight into just flame, like pure on uranium poker. If I poke you, you'll get uranium poker. Oh yeah, this mount as well, by the way. It's got a cool animation for summoning it. I don't know, just the shadow under it. It's just a typical summon, but there's like a shadow thing underneath it. Don't know why, I thought that was cool. And I did not expect it to fly like this, because it runs like a normal dog, but then it's like, I'm a spooky bitch. It's cool. I'm disappointed my next stream just wasn't me with like the fully powered Zodiac Spear, but can't be helped. I basically need to be the end of the MSQ before Heavensward, so I'll have the relic before getting into Heavensward, at the very least. This is not at all how I had envisioned it. I scarce begin to imagine what emotions go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. It's none of your fucking business, though, is it? You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I've kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off in the ferry. I can finish fashioning my perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It'll be a pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Pray return. Oh, yeah. A quest in Final Fantasy XIV taking me where I need to be? Hold on, let me look outside. No, pigs on the flying. Held in the freeze roar. I'm not better, you are. Yeah, worries, bro. Antecedent, you have a guest. Lamine? Asilia? Haven't seen her like this in years, damn it. If I could do a voice, I would make Tataru sound like Mrs. Doyle from Father Ted. Never truly believed it when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endangered you and our cause. Could think of no better way to grant your freedom and to continue your work. And continue you did, achieve things I could not imagine possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm proud of you, Asilia. Owie! I learned it from the best. I have a gift for you. Celestia perfume. You remembered. Who could ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again, just by following my nose. Didn't think it was made anymore. It must have gotten so much trouble. It was no trouble to me. I fear I cannot say the same for Dermot, however. I could not have made it without him. There's something else. Something. There's a cat's eye I found. You've kept it all these years. My father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. When I was a child, he brought me here to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lahamine who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive, including how to mine, apparently. I'm no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I've failed to grasp their implications. It's clear there's much I do not know about you and your mother both. And it's none of your business. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining. It was a very dedicated student. Cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. Wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lahamine as a gift. She said it was beautiful. But there I am at a loss. Are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you may still must go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could have ever hoped. You have succeeded when I failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and at all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Cilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ul'dah. You built it once, you can build it again, and this time we'll do it together. True, eh? After no time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish new headquarters in Revenant's Toll as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions, send word to the students of Badessi and prepare preparation for burn up bunch. Burn Burdunder. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representative there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original camp Revenant's Toll wouldn't ever have been established, much less more heavily fortified successor. However, the construction is still ongoing, and resources in short supply. It seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for the support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedent. Hello? Really often on. If I need concern myself with anything, surely matters such as these. Incidentally, perhaps, I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might be best entrusted. And here I am, nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. It's an honour, antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphonse, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates in Revenant's Toll hold the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We would be honoured to welcome your organisation. There are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I'm mistaken, you're the one known as Dermot, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slathborn spoke of you in most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall also be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you'll favour us with your presence ere long. Nani? It would seem your reputation precedes you. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you venture yourself a rest. After all, you have travelled so far. It's already so much you've done for us, and for me. We'll speak again, anon. Till then. Bye-bye. I have a sweaty eyebrow. Actually, I've got sweaty everything. Dermot, would you be able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alpha knows just returned. It would seem there is something you would share with us. Oops. Stupid squeaky chair, man. What is going on? Oh. There we go. It's because I naturally lean to one side. It always fucks with this chair. You're here. Good. I came bearing news. Negotiations are concluded. And? Our friends at the Adventure Guild have agreed to furnish us with a new facilities and material support in exchange for assistance in the ongoing defence and development of Revenant's Toll. Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny. I'd look forward to Tatara's tales of him and Guess and... If truth be told, I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tatara's tales of many guests and their many, many demands. From the waking sands to the rising stones. Passably poetic. It wasn't your doing, was it? I too have news to share. In expectation of this monumentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans. They have pledged their full support, General Rauban included. Moreover, I decided that the time is right for us to cast off vestiges of our Order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Sure, that's wise. If anything, it's a mere formality, our existence quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition, and people have the right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in doing so, I will show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once at all. I will show them it's a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. Okay, I get it. Nobody and everybody. And what of us? We have felled in primals and faced down the Empire. To you, my fellow Scions, I would say this: prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them. And we will have time, and again, united as one. Except for all the deed ones. They're just dead. It's sad. Must be somewhere I can... That's said. That area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe Sheriff Lamb to teach me the basics of mining too. You ever wonder how he does it? Alphino, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of Adventurers Guild mere moments after I expressed my need to forge ties between our organisations. Surely his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for present, I have a task for you. I'd like you to deliver these documents to Slathborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road, and represent us well. Don't punch any babies on the way. Got you. You ever get like so warm you feel that there isn't enough room in your body for the blood? Like I feel like I'm boiling and like steam's building up. I knew this. I was paying attention. I was told to expect a sign, but I didn't expect it to be you. It's been far too long. It's been about 3 days. How's the game going? It's doing great, buddy. This is an alt for me. I've started again with basically nae boons except for some money that my pal gave me, and I recently decided I was going to go for the Realm Reborn relic between the streams after the Ultimate Weapon, basically, so the end of the first Realm Reborn bit, and I lagged on it because I need to unlock Snowcloak, which I hadn't done yet, so I need to go through more of the MSQ before I can go back to my relative insanity. I was told to expect a Scion. I didn't expect it to be you. It's been far too long, damn it. You have something for me, yes? Have a later. Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You were staying with us for a while, yes? Would that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't know, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. I jest. Do you? Aye. See, that's the point, yeah. So I managed to get this far in the spear. So like 2 stages from the end before I could, before I had to do more story. It's possibly a primal. And Philly feel like a character more like a missing dispatch bot. Well, being that it's my second time through, the first time I really struggled to get past, like storyline wise, when you first go to Camp Dragonhead. So my pals all said Heavensward's a better story, and I think one of them actually bought me a story skip, so this is technically new for me. I've done like the first 30 levels of MSQ, and then started Heavensward originally, so this is all kind of new to me. And I don't know, it doesn't feel too bad, because it's very rarely her that I speak to nowadays, because it's all been redone since I last done it as well. So, where was I reading? I don't even know if I answered your question, sorry. I have very ADHD, so if I didn't answer, I meant to. I have forgotten. I'm just going to read this. But since you're here, mayhap you've been keen on looking... Since you're here, maybe you'd be keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had around the realm. Being a bit cautious at times, but imagine it'll be as good a place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Hang on, Deus Ex earphone. Is that you, Dermot? Quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. Received grim tidings from Gridania. Imperial aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Everything alright, friend? Your mustache definitely isn't alright, but, you know. Can't say I'm privy to the details, but it appears no time for a leisurely tour. No worries, rest assured I'll see to all the necessary arrangements. Pray return any time after you've seen to your more pressing matters. Okie dokie then. I wish the quest wasn't like a total spoiler to what's going on. So I decided to do... What's your name? Venetia Silver. That's a cool name. I decided to do the Heavensward as like the Heavensward class. I originally started this as a summoner because that's my main at max level, but there's just something about the cutscenes when you're trying to look all powerful and like buff, and what you pull out to threaten people is a book. So I changed to Lancer. Feel it was torn between focusing on the main NPC player to attach on. One part that felt like Alphanode would be, and then Philly feels like you won't get to know her well with Philip involved. Yeah, I agree. So there's a big thing, like apparently Sam Riegel, he does the voice acting for Alphino in this. People didn't like him as Alphino, but like I genuinely, I'm at the final part. I've done all the story up to date in the game, like up to current, and I love Alphino and Alice, right? But this Alphino, this Erlen, before he's gone through the shit that he has to go through, is a little bastard. I don't like this Alphino. He's much better as the patches go on. In fact, I recall myself the first time I ever played this game. Took me a few attempts, much at my pals' kind of like request to try this game out, to actually get into it. I swear that him and Alice, I swear they were going to be bad guys. I thought that it was going to turn out that they were going to be part of the Asians, but obviously that was very wrong then. But at this point they were already in Stormblood, so like they knew, didn't tell me, but I was like, nah, I don't trust they two. But it is just because of Alphino's stinkery and attitude. But anyway, Messer and Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I didn't see the look on her face. I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that Ixal have summoned Garuda again, or perhaps Imperial forces have been sighted within the shroud? Whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now, Go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. Pew. If it must. There's two of them, the pompous Louis wannabe and Estinian made my balls drop. Yeah. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, that's it. That's when I say the shit that he has to go through. I guess that is it. He has to go through Estinian. Oof, that's such a good way to put it. Oh, my brain. Right, serious face cutscene time. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. I have reason to believe the primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. Hello. Yeah, thanks for that. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Dermot. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. Come on. Serious face, Brian, serious face. If there were to be truth in my suspicion, 'tis a familiar foe we face, the one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw a conclusion without evidence, but as Urianger says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to one observed more than 5 years ago. I had hoped the Boggles guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence has been requested by Commander Hello. He awaiteth thee in the Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Gridania. Eden Papalimo will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Pray return to the Making Sands. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you've laughed the hiccups at me now. Oh. Yeah, Raban's VA is amazing. To be honest, like, I don't really notice the VAs as much in this one because there isn't as much VA going on. But you do know when Ralban's there because they really gave him that commanding, booming voice. And for all the memes aside, I do love Gaius. I'm a sucker for a good villain. Garuda returns once more. What? Oh, I had 2 quests, alright. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could think of no one more qualified to... Ah, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. It's warm. I'm fat and Scottish. I'm good at this hot weather business. Okay. We first learned of Garuda's return when the Primal fell upon the Blue Badgers as they sought to construct a new watchtower. Devastation was absolute. According to the report of one surviving engineer, Garuda invoked the most horrific gale with but a gesture of her taloned hand. The powerful winds tore apart the half-built tower, crushing the workers and scattering their broken bodies like dolls. By all accounts, it appears the Lady of the Vortex is growing stronger with the summoning. She must be stopped before casualties allowed to pile any higher. But as you might imagine, Exile, eager to please their bloodthirsty goddess, are engaging our troops on every front. I have not the soldiers to spare for primal hunting expedition. Thank you for the pelletin, random stranger. Thus, I sent word to the Science to beg the aid of proven champions. You and your companions are the best hope for freeing Gridania, the rampaging fiend. I ask that you confront Garuda in her customary domain, the Howling Eye. Such a titanic conflict is best confined to Exile lands, wouldn't you agree? Though I imagine the bird might have since made adjustments to the crystal. The beastman aetherite found within Natalan remains the surest means of entry. The 12 strengthen you. Guys, isn't much a villain, more misguided and low. Shadowbringers myself, and I still don't quite feel for Alpha Loyalty. They really grew on me around about the Stormblood time. They and they will continue. Well, hopefully, I should say. Everybody's different. I suffer from chronic softy syndrome, and I attach myself to things very easily. You need to only look at my YouTube channel just to see how attached I get to stuff. But eventually you will see the kind of stuff they go through, and it's like, oh, okay, I like these two. They're pretty cool. And I agree with Gaius. It's like he's just a good character. Abandoned animal storyline. Yeah, I've technically not done that yet, so I'm looking forward to getting back through that again. There's also a part that I'm looking forward to doing. I know it's in Heavensward because it's attached to Ishgard somewhere, right? But there's a part where you had to square off against Rauba, and I remember the first time I'd done it, I was like, what the fuck? That's fucking unfair! I can't remember when that is, but I'm looking forward to reliving that because I remember it being pretty hype. Not long ago, the Moogle Kuplakop visited the Gatherer's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seatsier. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Moogle kind, one which would peril the Twelveswood if left unchecked. Oh, that's when I unlocked this one, right? You proved to be an able ambassador to the Sylphs, who would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Muggles. The rest you should hear from Kuplakop himself. He awaits you in the Elder Seatsier and Lotus Stand. Alrighty then. There's that Conjurer's Guild. Purple crystal thing. Oh, wow. What is with the frame rate? Would you behave yourself, PC? What the fuck are you doing? Oh, my PC's an older man than I. The Alsacians have arrived already. How? Oh, the two that were already here. Right, okay. May I show you in? Convincing female Elysian Scion. Yeah, I really thought... Oh, what was her name? Fuck. Hilda. I thought Hilda from Heavensward was going to maybe join in. But obviously she just sticks around Ishgard and does Ishgardy things. Like slightly racist Ishgardy things, just like the kind of everyday Ishgardy things. You there! Check out that nose. Hey buddy. Please, you have to stop them, but you mustn't kill them. They're not bad Muggles, they're just misguided. A gentle, no, firm thrashing is in order, yes, but no. Calm yourself, can you not see he hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet, listen. Pray forgive the witless outburst, sister. Most grateful I am to come. No. Let me to try reading that sentence again. Most grateful I am that you have come, Dermot. And upon such short notice, truly Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. Hey, buddy. You're doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kuplakop has brought us some news most unsettling development. We seem good King Mogomog the 12th has returned to Eorzea. A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I cannot say for myself if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of a Muggle mythology. People here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, the Muggles served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there. Unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literal endless supply of wine. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for poor Muggles. The good King Mogomog, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave. The realm of man would suffice, he said, and so Muggles should live there instead. Fortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down, but good King Mogomog XII, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do. He had a rope, and the longest ever woven. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that's how we Muggles came to this land. All except good King Mogomog. His courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens, so that Muggle kind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand, that being your reason for contacting us, yes? I bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea? The problem he lies in the fact that he was summoned. It's our belief that good King Mogomog is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of muggles with a buttload of crystals wished really, really hard and just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I can't fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled, about that Papalymo, and the ultimate weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take such drastic a measure? Is that not itself the answer? Twice in the last decade, Eorzea has been brought into the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Muggles Guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things might not end so well as they did yesterday. The fear is driven to call upon greater power, once they believe they can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes, come what may. I assure you the Muggles Guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders. But ever since the return of good King Mogomog, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, you don't have to do that every time, dude. Jeez. They started to get a little carried away, verging on a lot, in fact. Like the self-summoned Rama, you mean? We can't discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Muggles in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat not only to Mugglekind but to Gardania as a whole. Lest we beseech you, confront good King Mogomog, drive him out of our midst. Okie dokie. Humbly do I thank you. The Sanctuary Muggles Guard and the Liege Lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother Isumayan of the Conjurer's Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. Oh, my neck. Right, where were we? Here without fears. Alice and culture. Alice doesn't really strike in any culture but her own. I think she actually fits in bloody Pirateville. What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Brain, please work. Limsa. Urianger is he's just Urianger. He's literally one of a kind. Alright, I'm actually at the Conjurer's Guild, duh. Found the tree. Buggers out for bloodlust. Oh my buddy, my guy, my friend, you are going to love a certain point near the end of Shadowbringers, and specifically in the most recent. There's some good bits in that for you. There's a reason that Shadowbringers is definitely by far the thing that made me fall in love with this game. That you should be the one to face good King Mogomog is of great comfort to me and the elements both. As I'm sure you know, the Muggles are not by their nature a warlike race. Muggles? Muggles! Yet should the king be suffered to remain, it's like his influence will bring about change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary and then inform me when you're ready to see the king. Okey-doke. You have selected Regicide. Shut up, phone. Sadu and Ferdola are more my kind of ladies. Sadu is hilarious. That whole section is just the best. You get the I'm the big king of the sun, and there's my personal man. Like, He's obviously just immediately cannot comprehend that he's been shot down by every woman that's ever spoke to him. It's brilliant, I love it. The words barring access to the King's Sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones, the self-same method employed 5 years ago when the King was summoned to Elzia. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the Guardians who held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. With the Grace Elementals, however, we've been spared the burden of that on that occasion. Kuplo confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Moggles Guard themselves. Yet, wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the King's Sanctum. Alas, I was unable to do so, and dare not labour any longer for fear that the Muggles might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kuplacop keystones determined. Pray go to him, and beg his assistance. He waits in a whetstone pier. Press upon him great need, and I'm certain he will yield. Press upon him the great need of my pointy stick pressed directly into his temples. I'm going to go quickly attune so I can unlock Garuda. I still was turned on if it was its own savage raid. Oh my god, that was an ultimate. Oh yeah, I literally bought this today because I make poor financial decisions. This is the new mount that's on the cash shop. He's a spooky boy. I like it. Stormblood, yeah. I love the Azim step. Like, I like Stormblood. I get where people have some problems with it. It does kind of trail on here or there, like, but it was totally necessary as a part of Shadowbringers to me. And Shadowbringers I love. Shadowbringers wouldn't be as good if it wasn't for the shit that went on in Stormblood. And I appreciate that. I appreciate continuity in a story. I shan't say anymore because you've just got it. Stormblood more than Hazard, yeah, I can see that. It's all good. It's all good in that book. Don't do it. Shut up. Stupid phone. I could mute it, but it's not the other side of the room. Can't be bored with that. Howling Eye Extreme. Oh hey, that's my first extreme. Whatcha? Celebratory murder. Yeah, as it goes on, it feels more and more like the story of the Warrior of Light, and that's going to continue. If you like that pattern, you're definitely going to like Shadowbringers. I nearly said Shadowblood. It's because I read Stormblood. Where am I going now? Oh, you're just in Gridania. Ooh, okay. Should have done this first then. What's so fucking important? Badge. Not the time, motherfucker. Actually, how's he know on here? I'm streaming, by the way, if you are bored. But Buddy Badge, he also plays. Yeah, that bit was kind of. She didn't really have a good one, did she? Put it that way. I'm just looking forward to going through all that again. Like, fair enough, I could do it on New Game Plus on my main that's fully geared and stuff, but I think this makes a wee bit more fun for me going through it like as a new town. Tell you what, actually, just computer, it's fine. Let it happen. Where's the button? Where's the button? Where's the button? Where's the button? Button. Let me copy this link. If you're ever bored, buddy, there's my YouTube playlist. That's everything that I've done like the VODs of everything from start to finish, just in a one playlist. Originally, I made all this just to get some footage together for the sake of just practicing editing, and then sort of got addicted to the character. So it's now just going to be I'm playing through the whole fucking game, and eventually at one point when I get a new PC, I'm going to edit down all my like all this waffling. This will all get cut out for the actual playlist, if that makes sense. Whatever. Anyway, so how you do it? Oh, he told you about that. Well, there truly is no other way. I'll do it, couple. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier. I'll go on ahead. Okay. Can I go to Sweet Bloom Pier? Yes, please. Oh no, I wanted to punch him in the face. I really wanted to punch him in the face. Oh no, Muggles! Don't you dare lie to me. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, the king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. Stabby time. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us, by consorting with this Vieira. Imperials, Gردanians, Selfs, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse. Traitor to his kin's Muggles, he plots treason against the crown. Enough. Cooper Club will answer his crime soon enough, as will all who defy the good King Mogomog the 12th. May his reign forevermore. And every time I was there, I wanted to slap him silly. It was one of those like, I smell bad guy. Yep, bad guy. We've got to stop them before it's too late. Well, let me queue for the bloody dungeon then. Entrance to Thornmark's deep within the Bramble Patch, Kubo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward, but be warned, those guards set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you need to protect me. Oh, come on, I need to do this. Ugh, okay. Well, are you going to move, buddy? Oh, okay, it's one of these then. Yeah. Oh no, malevolent squirrels! Yeah, I'm a sucker for a good villain. He was just flat up good villain. Okay, here. You just chucking poop. Stop that. Where's your pal? Of course you're back there. Why wouldn't you be? Whoops. I don't want to waste my button, so... Pow! Am I going the right way? I'm that way. There should be a log around it. Oh, bye Bahamut. We'll need to get their raids unlocked as well, because I want to be able to do them, but at the same time it's like, oh, come on, man. At the same time, I kind of wanted to do the whole World of Darkness series on camera. Did you just... Oh, right, okay. Forcing me. Well, I mean, he is an ancient dragon. Like, going by the lore, I don't know if you done the the raids or anything like that up to now. He's basically just like a direct descendant to what's essentially a elder god. You know what I mean? We're here. Don't see any more beasts, do you? Fucking better, no? Ready to face King Kubo? Step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus like you were attuned to an aetheryte. I'll open the way. Burr, 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 burr. Rest is up to you. Go teach those foolish muggles a lesson and send the king back whence he came. Thorn March. Do 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 do. Anyways, join. 5 minutes isn't too bad. I got nothing I can do in the meantime. Confront this dungeon. Trying to get Pawns of Flesh done. Enter. Oh, what am I missing? Gale Force 1, okay. Fear and Odin. Speak with someone at Earthsfed. Okay, I can do that. If there is actually a reason for that, I'm not going to spoil anything for you though, bro. I'll just say no more. If like going through it the second time especially, you start to realise like, wow, they really had some of this stuff planned for fucking years, didn't they? Wait a minute, I'm supposed to speak to someone down here. An Earthsfed, yes. Right, it's right at the edge. Hey, first time here. Enjoy the music then. That one there is the problem. When the 7 hills are there, middling adventures, that'd be a job. Two arms defend the king. Well, you enjoy yourself, buddy. Thanks for joining in. If you need any advice or tips or whatever, feel free to drop us a wee message around. There's a Twitter link somewhere. I'm full Omni on my main, so more or less used to everything. Whoa! Would you pop already? Yep. Uh-oh. We've got to disconnect. That's never good for us. Oh, it's a sage as well. Know for a fact on this fight, you don't want to let the wizard hat one survive. There. I would really like for the other tanks on this fight. We good. We good, fam. We good. please. I'd like to kill them yet, okay. No, that might be just extreme. I'm thinking, get back here! Stand by it. This version of the fight is harder than the extreme. Do I can mitigate some of the damage I take 40 healers. Yep, there we go. Sweet! Unhand him! You know, I totally forgot this version of the fight dropped the weapons. Don't like me. What's that wet window so small, kid? I might have to come back here and get that on me, because I do love my Astro. You did it! May his soul rest in peace. There's no more! I sure think what might have happened had you not stopped the Muggles Guard when you did. Thank you, Dermot. Perhaps now they come to the senses is up playing at fairy tales. Rest assured, Chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go tell the pack the king is no more. She's with Riot O at the Camp Tranquil. You can reel the news to the Chieftain. Excuse me, sorry. Bye, buddy. I can't wait till I get a little bit further on where I don't need to voice nearly anywhere as much of the characters. Because I have 2 voices. 4 if I got a sore throat. I have a quest to hand in here. What? Okay. Blood summoned a bad thing. Okay. Shush. Shush. I get it. They're dead. It doesn't matter anymore. That's what I'm the poor keep hard. Which I completed the other day. Why did I come to this one? I actually don't know. Oh, over there. I was thinking it was supposed to be Gardenia I was going to. Guess not. Alright, love. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Mugga Mugga 12. May has been given virtue of service and example to us all has fallen. All Mugga King owes you a debt. I sense Ray wishes to congratulate as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. Your bravery in the service of the Wellfoot and her muggles shall not be forgotten. My sister would doubtless wish to hear the tale of the great victor from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to the full account of the day's events. Well, the details are fresh in your mind. Don't sneeze. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, that really hurt. I hate sneezing. Oh, that sneeze really hurt my chest. I hate being old. It hurts my bones. I need those bones. Hello, silent conjurer. Thanks for the help, guys. Really good of you guys. I guess if it wasn't for the other warriors, like technically it's supposed to be these guys that are helping us, but still. Bastage. You return to us unharmed and victorious. Thus have I two reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you'd be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Then it was as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, Muggles don't worship him for one thing. And he's not even a god to them. Doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Then mayhap the fault lies within the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of the power contained in the crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Muggles called forth a being that by right should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the earth of which comprised him instead being scattered to the four winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation, in every aspect, is the same. Which means, he's a primal. Ascians, this whole business reeks of their handiwork. But they said the masked man who had taught them how years ago, but Gridania had no shortage of masked men, and then I never thought to question. Confound it, how many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. As long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames. Never again shall we suffer primal visitation. A sombre thought, but a solitary one. My heartfelt thanks, Dermot. Already the information you provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. The matter which speak has now been settled. The Scion shall not want for support. We'll be glad to send additional supplies to Evidence Dole. We know we could count on you. While Leda and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seeds here, maybe you could return to the Waking Sands, apprise the antecedent of all that is transpired. Dyslexia hurts my brain. So does ADD. I will volume up when... Just going to turn it off in case that starts making noise. Yes, that's fine. Nedrick. Good to see you, Helen Heart, Damon. Say word from me down Babylema that you felled good King Mulgamug XII, but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was, as they said, someone with the same method used by beast tribes as taught by Asians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of her usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Damon. Okie doke. Right scent blood. Owing our timeless efforts to all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to the Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it's still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. Seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and would have you remain with me until the end. Upon my departure, the Vacant Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given to the care of Orianji. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our history. Mayhap it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Orianji shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. With the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alice shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require our assistance, I have assurances they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Orianji, would you inquire of him any tasks remain undone? Can't escape the feeling I might have forgotten something important. That's a fucking hint. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. That way. What do you want again? No. What do you want? No. What do you want? No. No. Okay, fine. Thou art ever welcome, Dermot, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily thy countenance bespeaks the desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history? No. In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily doth he set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor faded by the eons. And still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride and wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in the shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. You could have just said, "Nah, I'm good, bro." Be not offended. Thou hast conducted ever beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the feelings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. What that the same could be said of... Ow, sore legs, sore legs! Old man! Whence came that cry? The Zola! 12 offend, the antecedent! What you do, buddy? It was a spolder. You must have a flashback. Oh no. Tell me, Lucille, would you have done the same? Luce, while Levalier was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure, would it be that I had met him prior to his passing? Asian? How readily you see, you are indeed gifted, antecedent. But you're not like the others, your robes. Gifted, but ignorant. Yes, I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Many are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. He who... You speak of La Habrea? La Habrea is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still... Come, I only confirm that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. What are... Excuse me, sorry. Ready when you are, milady, if there's nothing else. Something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, I feel strange to leave, but I'm sure we'll get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you need, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. Hee hee. It's only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge of both. To her, we are indistinct. I don't understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth is there to the tale is deluded by time and telling? Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colours perception, thus the ye perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. The gift grants you clarity, grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than a crude approximation. La Habrea did not think so highly of the Echo. La Habrea is wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Stay where you are. Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she yields her children. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that she survived the ardour, I wonder? Ascian. I take it there's no need to explain. Nah, you're good, bro. You're good. Save a concern, he did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. Hello? I heard a cry. What happened? Are you alright? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? Could fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Everyone just send word to the students of Baldessian. I need them to scour the archives, forbidden tomes in particular. Was any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique? I need to know of it. An Ascian, my lady? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not, and care not. Find him. Turn every stone of Vesper Bay if you have to. Pray attend me. Burp. Maybe she shouldn't be left alone, you know, but is that just me? Okay. Okie dokie. How are the other two getting on? PC. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, it just triggers a cutscene, I guess. I'm told you're the warrior light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north. You may choose to follow. Know, however, that you'll be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. Sure. I can do that, so I can. We don't mind my giant angry bird helps. Always has to be awkward, don't they? Is it just because my bloody room's hot? Is that why my PC's screaming? I maybe have to give up because there's something going on with my PC. Oh no. Something actually going on because my CPU is at quite a high load. And I'd quite rather it wouldn't be, but... Toad, I'd really wish you weren't there. There we go. Remarkable, truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save he who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? Yes. You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then you know I only acted in self-defence. I realise the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nonetheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds. For through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that he could cast us out. Your mother favours you still, that much is plain, but surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, also soon change. As it was, so shall it be again, as it should always have been. Doubt my claims, question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. It's a shame that Vinny isn't there anymore, because that'd be a cool wee... No, I guess. Shh. Spoiler break. No spoilers. Just at the start of Shadowbringers, I wouldn't know anything about him. Beyond what's already been in the game. Giuseppe Alditori. Interesting name. You alright, bro? You've been there for a while. Thank the gods you returned after you left. I began to worry that it might have sent you to your doom. Take it our visitor proved elusive. Beg pardon, he was waiting for you. What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be again. Of when does he speak, and of what exactly? The words of Elidibus pretend much, but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I'd hope for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Set aside the matter of the Asians until we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favour I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I've closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. His wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It's my hope that Yanje will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care, as is all I have left of my father. Surely this would be better coming from you. As much as I love him, you should do it too. My voice is very breaky today. Like very shaky, as if I'm tired or something. It's almost like I don't sleep. I thought he departed. To what end dost thou linger? I've got a book for you. The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labour. 'Tis no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento, when I can imagine the antecedent's pain. Well, I can imagine the antecedent's pain. Upon mine honour, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest the lady's sacrifice be in vain. Dear Miss Minfilia, forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. I literally went one route. If you have yet to, once you've given a journey to Urianger, I bid you come to the Seventh Heaven Revenant Stole. Dathra will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you've already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of the new Etherite in Revenant Stole. Alright, it's right on your doorstep. Ta-da! Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. The king lives, time to kill another dude. Yeah. Go attune to a thing and... The Black Shroud. Queue for a primal, but sink it. A savage even. Nah, it's maybe a bit too far. What? Oh, it's in this zone, okay. To used to everything being through an Olgridania. Really isn't much here, but it does look like a bigger bit of map, you know. I think it's just supposed to be like houses and stuff, but... Hello. There are the signs, glad to see you. Assume you've been appraised of our situation regarding the Moogle Monarch. After your previous disposal of the king, Giblacop approached the Moogles Guard and attempted to convince them the error of their ways. Unfortunately, it appears as efforts persuasion had rather opposite effect. The royal sentries reportedly flew into a frenzy and focused their righteous indignation to the new summoning ritual. Mayhap was the unwavering intensity of the Moogles Guard prayers, but it was as if the king had returned to the forest enveloped in an almost blinding aura of majesty. Lookup tells us that this dauntingly maniacal avatar has now taken to call himself Great King Muggle the 12th. Suffice it to say, the Elder Seedseer is willing to condone the necessary act of regicide. The saith of all who dwell within the Twelveswood. Yep, go kill the fluffy dude. Yep, Bramble Patch. Onward and upward. Gee. Hello there. Oh, I knew you'd come. At least I was hoping. Not too long ago, I had a stern word with the Muggles Guard about the dangers of turning pleasant fairy tales into disturbing reality, but they insisted that the intimidating force that is Good King Muggle 12th, may his sceptre of judgment ever command and respect, is the exact sort of saviour we need. Muggles Guard are afraid of the forest's change and our never-ending conflict. That we the Muggles have no place in this new world. I'm scared of these things too, but the thought of unleashing a royal menace upon the Twelveswood scares me even more. Please, you must deal with them firmly before it goes too far. A measured thrashing, of course. Nothing too bad. You can enter a thorn march here. I fear I've made through the terror I've made in the ward. Take care, good fortune, and in the meantime, I'll let others know that Great King Muggle 12 may his rend ain with minimal bloodshed be vacating his throne. Torn March Extreme. I have a bit of a headache. I might not be able to continue this. Why are you swollen? I would never know. Ooh, evidence toe. Oh, I've got stuff ready to do in my brain. I better not be getting a headache. I don't want a headache. Headaches make me sad. Not enough. Oh, you're here. Good. Just wondering when you'd show up. Just telling your restive receptionist here. I'm pleased to inform you that all documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Resin Stones is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forward, I'll spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcome and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places, unfamiliar faces. Revenant Stoll is mostly by adventures, which means, as you might expect, there's quite a bit of coming and going. Emphasis on the coming, at least of late. With the investigation of the Crystal Tower hitting full stride, I lost track of how many fortune seekers and scholars have shown up in the past few days alone, hoping to unearth ancient secrets. Don't suppose the tower's piqued your interest as well? It has. You've already offered your aid in the effort, you say? Certainly move quickly, my friend. We weren't otherwise occupied with our duties here, and if I have a mind to join you, alas, I'll have to settle with hearing tales of all you've set upon your return. Be safe in there, yes? Wonderful to hear. Rest assured the receptionists will work just as hard to see our efforts don't skip a beat, despite the relocation. And with that, Dermot, I do believe it's time you officially announce your presence to everyone inside. The Nils will surely be overjoyed to see you. Do you know what? I think I've just decided I'm going to just do all the raids, get them unlocked, and one day I'll get a stream aside. I'll do the New Game Plus for the quests for them. Complete a certain quest in the Crystal Tower series. Oh, okay. I guess I'll unlock it now then. Crystal Tower. So basically, the Sons of St. Coinach, faction of renowned scholars and adventurers, have sort of bumbled their way into what could be an entrance to the Crystal Tower, which, if it wasn't foggy as fuck, I'm flying directly towards. It's a giant towering mass of crystal and ether. I've already spoke to him. Sid showed up, said a bunch of stuff. I can't remember. I'd done it by accident, thinking this was a quest I was picking up from him. Which Sid showed up, done some stuff. But let's just go on. Sorry, I've skipped that dialogue, but at least this is here. Our first objective is to reach the entrance of the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, this will prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by powerful defence mechanisms, each utilising one of the four elements: water, fire, wind, and earth. Another attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garland's analysis, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like that of the flawless specimens used by the beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. Mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they have used. Were there any other way? I would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the Beast Tribe strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focused on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystal we require. Pray make for Lenosia, where both the Sapsa spawning grounds and Agmaro mines are located. You may be certain the materials used by the Beastmen's sacred rituals will be well defended. Choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave your discretion. But whatever you do, please be careful. Okay, right, let me just... I need to track some quests. Yeah, that one needs to be tracked. Okay. That's a Maelstrom quest, oh, okay. Legacy of Valak, this is the Crystal Tower quest, so we're tracking this one. There we go. I don't know what's going to give up first, my poor PC or my heat. Definitely got a stinky headache along this, probably just pure warmth. I tried to sit out in the sun today and got a total of about 10 minutes when not too hot. Straight back inside. Would have to be right at the tippy tip. You know, I was kind of looking forward to going through the raids and stuff. Anyway, I love the Alliance raids. Alliance raids are probably one of my favourite things in this game, actually. Besides the story, obviously. The story's attached to them, obviously, as well, so that's also good. But, what was I going with that again? Alliance raids. Oh yeah, I was also going to do the Bahamut raids, just like the story of that, because that's basically the main interaction you have with Alice in this expansion. Otherwise, she sort of just feels like she turns up later on. Because obviously we know who she is, she was introduced with her brother and she kind of buggers off. It's sort of what her and Urianji have been doing, is tracking down. At the end of Realm Reborn, you recall there was a huge roar, after the end of around the Praetorium, you recall in the cutscene there was a massive roar, and that's what that primal awakening is about. Basically, we went to see Alice, and she started discussing like we need to work out what that is. The Rianji have been working together, and we're not sure what it is, but we think we've found a possible entrance. That's as far as I got. It's maybe something I can do again, plus at a later time on stream. When I'm at the point I can solo the raids myself, tell you what, that's my promise now. When I can solo the raids myself, I'll go through all of Bahamut on New Game Plus, so I can just do it off camera and just get it done, polished out of the way. The Crystal Tower, I definitely want to get this whole quest on, because I love this whole quest line. Oh yeah, I need to go back to Rambo's. I was too busy ranting. I always do that, forget that I'm on a mountain, immediately just try and mount and send my one that I was already on into oblivion. And I've run out of cold drink. Too warm. Mambos. Have these. These are the faint flawless crystals of the beast tribes. Seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing compared to these. The purity is astounding. You've done well, Dimit. With these in our possessions, we lack only crystals of fire and wind. Former lies in Zanar Ark, the war camp of the Amoyan Thanalan, the latter in Natalan, the roots of the exile in the hills of Kurthus. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first two, if not more. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. That one. Wait, what's closer? That one. Frankly, Forgotten Springs is just easier to get out of. God, the shadow of this thing. Even the shadow of this thing's weird. Mouths as ass. Take care of this. If I had to pick what my favourite of the beast tribes are from Realm Reborn, it's the Abalja. Just going Sorry, just going on pure aesthetics. I really like how they look. Yeah, Exile are a close second. I don't know if that's just because I like their primal better. Aether's great too, don't get me wrong, but the Sylphs, I don't like them. They kind of just look like weird onion people. But I can't deny that their primal is dope as hell. should check my retainer. That's right. Many company seals have I got? Have I got enough yet? No. Wonderful, with all of our crystals in hand, we're now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I did not give the impression that I would be embarking on our journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Unless there's another step that must be completed ere we come to that. Whilst the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, there is little use to us in the present form. If they are to reflect the element of focus the tower's defences, they must needs be cut and polished. A process which calls for a very peculiar set of materials. Procuring them will be the challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we will be requiring their services again. Flawless crystals you proceed are used to retain their elemental purity during the sharpening process. If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the sharpening process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might as well call them substance, namely aether sand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties. Alas, aether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of precious stone it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the material in question, Goldsmith Guild in Old Dallas seemed the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When we contacted the Guildmaster, however, we were informed that no aether sand was currently available. Though I requested that word will be sent as new stock come in, I've yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order some time before you procured the flawless crystals. I'm well aware acquiring aether sand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man. I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of the other, less savoury parties. That's why I wish to entrust you with payment for your purchase and then send you to speak directly with Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. If in any such, my hope that next we meet, you will find with at least one of our varieties of anthracite we require. Your apologies, guys. My heat is officially bouncing. I need to bounce off. So I'll continue this possibly tomorrow, the day after. I'll catch you later.